Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today this video is about thanking Xbox. So if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. We're definitely growing pretty fast, and I really appreciate it that you actually stopped and take the time to watch this video. It's really awesome. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. So yeah, I want to thank Xbox, man. The experience that I've had over the last 4 years since I've been, you know, in the Xbox ecosystem has been nothing short of amazing. I'm grateful and I'm thankful for the opportunities that you know, the gaming experiences that have been made available to me on the Xbox. And when I talk about the experiences, yes, you can get those experiences, a lot of those experiences on the PlayStation as well. But the fact that Xbox put out a machine powerful enough to actually let me take advantage of my 4K display, I really appreciate that. Like, I'm thankful for that. And then this generation carrying that forward with a powerful console and, you know, an unimaginable value in the gaming industry like we've never seen before. I mean, you contrast this to PlayStation, and like, dude, they are nickel and diming us for everything. I have never seen it this bad in all my 25 years of gaming on PlayStation. I have never seen it this bad. This is getting worse than the PlayStation 3. I mean, PlayStation 3, they did oversell us that console, and I mean, that PlayStation 3, when it launched, it was ahead of its time. It did have more power than anything, you know, on the market. It came with that Blu-ray player. I mean, it was pretty there, but I mean, it was like they were forcing us to buy a Blu-ray player at cost as well as a video game console all at the same time. So I mean, it was a value, but at the same time it wasn't really that much of a value. I mean, it was, but it wasn't. So, I mean, that was like the worst I've ever seen PlayStation in all my 25 years of gaming on PlayStation. But now they are nickel and diming us for literally everything. For everything. I mean, this just doesn't make sense, okay? I mean, they're lying to us left and right. I mean, okay, guys. Back at that PlayStation showcase last year, when they showed us, you know, Horizon Zero, or told us about Horizon Zero Dawn and all these other games, and said they were launch games and that they were going to and they were going to have free upgrades to PlayStation 5, and then all of a sudden they start pushing everything back, and now when we get to Horizon Forbidden West, it's obviously delayed till next year. But now if you still have a PlayStation 4 and you buy that game, and you're planning on getting a PlayStation 5, you either need to pay $80 right now for that so that you have guaranteed entitlement for the next game on your PlayStation 5, or you basically have to buy the game over again once you get a PlayStation 5. Because let's face it, if you get a PlayStation 5 and Horizon Forbidden West is one of your favorite games, yeah, you're gonna want to see it on the new system. You're gonna want to see the graphical enhancements. You're gonna want to see that, man. You are going to want to see everything on your new console, and PlayStation is gonna make you pay a premium for that, no matter what. You're gonna have to pay for that. Whether that's double or whether that's, you know, up front, buying an $80 version of that game, yeah, you're gonna have to pay for that, and that really sucks. That really does suck, and that's why I'm thanking Xbox, man. It's like Xbox brings out the Xbox Series X. Yeah, you could definitely say, as it sits right now, that the Xbox Series X is just an upgraded Xbox One X. Because yeah, it's true. I mean, neither one of these consoles are really taking advantage of all the new stuff that they have in them for the next generation of consoles. But the fact that Xbox is giving us that for free, giving us these upgrades, and letting us see these games in the best version that they can be right out of the gate, like, yeah, dude, that's awesome, man. I thank Xbox for that. Every time I click that buy button on a game on Xbox, I feel good about it. Every time I click the buy button on a PlayStation game, I'm like, my gosh, man, like, I do. I have I have buyer's remorse a lot more lately with the PlayStation than I ever have in my life. I mean, I've been bamboozled so many times this generation with PlayStation games. It's not that they're horrible games. It's just there's no reason on earth for those games to cost that much. And before anybody starts jumping to like blaming developers, I don't think any developer gets up and goes to work every day and was like, yeah, you know what? I want to make this game and then charge these people as much money as I possibly can for it. No, man, they want us to experience their games. So when we have something like Game Pass, that's great for developers. They want you to play their games. You got to understand that the average gamer is going to buy 2 to 4 games a year. The average gamer. That's the casual gamer, the biggest part of the market. Those guys are going to buy 2 to 4 games a year. If you've got 50 games coming out a year, that's 46 games on the market that these people might not ever try. But if they're on Game Pass, if there's if there's 30 or 20 out of the 50 that are going to come out and they're on Game Pass, and the people are only going to buy their 4 games, that's another 16 games that they get to try that they might not have ever had the chance to do. You have PS Plus, or not PS Plus, but PS Now. PS Now was designed to let you play games that you had already bought on your PlayStation 3 in backwards compatibility mode on your PlayStation 5 by streaming them. That's what it was intended for. That is what it was intended for. And then they started bringing PlayStation 4 games to it, halfway through the life cycle. Yeah. At first, I didn't think PS Now was a value. PS Now does have more value than it ever did when it first launched. That's for sure. You can now actually download games on that. So yeah, I do give Sony props for that, for allowing that to happen. But the fact that they still refuse to put their new games even on PS Now after 6 months, EA does it. If you're subscribed to Xbox Game Pass, in 6 months you will get to play the new Battlefield on your Game Pass subscription. You'll get to play the new Madden, the new FIFA, the new everything that EA produces. You will get to play on your subscription within 6 months. PlayStation should do that. They should put their games on PS Now 6 months after launch. It just goes to show you that there's other companies that are jumping on board the whole Game Pass thing, whether they're doing their own subscription service or they are combining with Game Pass. Game Pass is going to be part of the future of gaming as we know it. You're still going to have your quality titles that are going to be made independent of Game Pass, but you are going to be able to try more games over the coming years because of Game Pass. There's a lot of people that'll say, "Oh, well, Game Pass isn't profitable." Clearly it is, or it wouldn't be there. And it doesn't really matter because Game Pass is designed for you and me. Game Pass is designed to bring us into an ecosystem and keep us there and get us to continue to spend money. Because, yeah, let's face it, all of these guys are companies. No company is truly altruistic. But the fact that Microsoft gives you the cheapest, easiest way into gaming in the next gen, as well as a wide variety of experiences that you might not have ever tried for $15 a month, most people can afford that. Most people can afford $15 a month. $10 a month. If you're already paying for your Xbox Live Gold, it's $10 a month. You can afford to pay $10 a month to have basically a pretty unlimited supply of games. That if you were to download them and actually play through them, yeah, you're definitely more than getting your money's worth for $10 a month to play as many games as you possibly can fit on your hard drive. You can't fit all of those games on your hard drive, on your console hard drive. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of stuff to play. I do. I thank Xbox. I'm grateful that Xbox stuck it out. Last generation Xbox One, it was a disaster for them. That could have sunk Xbox, but they held it together. They came back fighting. They're being strong. They have delivered an experience to us that has given us something to truly look forward to now. I mean, imagine if Xbox wasn't here. Imagine this. imagine this for a second. Just close your eyes and imagine no more Xbox. You see how PlayStation's already gouging you for prices on everything? Yeah. Imagine how much worse this would be without competition, without stiff competition. I mean, in this generation, don't get me wrong, Xbox is providing stiff competition for PlayStation. For probably the first time ever, this competition is probably a lot stronger than it's ever been. And every day you're hearing more good stuff about Xbox and more depressing things from PlayStation, like cheaping out on their hardware. Cheaping out on their hardware on the PlayStation 5 and then still continuing to sell you that at that higher price. It benefits you in no way, shape, or form for them to cheap out on the cooling system on the PlayStation 5. I don't understand how people can defend that. I do not see how that benefits you in any way, shape, or form. Just knowing that the price, that they cheaped out on the price and materials and still continue to sell you this PlayStation at a higher price. I would have much rather them said, hey, you know what, guys, the cost of this stuff is going up. We're going to need to raise the PlayStation, $50, $100, whatever. I would have much rather, and I mean, they could have got away with it. People are out there buying freaking these things from scalpers for $800, $1,000. Why didn't they just up their price a little bit and continue to deliver that same quality experience that they thought was quality and high enough standards to release in the first place? I don't get how people can defend this and continue to continue to give PlayStation a pass. Yeah, they've developed and created some of my favorite games. They have over the years. I've played so many PlayStation first-party games that like, yeah, I mean, it's created an ecosystem for me that I've really enjoyed this past 26 years. But when I come to think about it now, man, I don't know. I do not know how PlayStation survives this generation if they continue to push forward like they're doing. I don't know. I don't see it. Gamers want to be able to play games, and Xbox has given them the cheapest, easiest route into that. And yeah, they're going to start having, quality games that are going to be coming out. So yeah, I mean, they might not be as high quality visually as a PlayStation first party game, but yeah, man, it's not that far apart. It really isn't. It's really not that big of a deal or a difference between an Xbox first party game and a PlayStation first party game. We had Gran Turismo Sport and Forza 7 launch in the same year. Gran Turismo Sport, it looks extremely dated now on my PlayStation 5. Really dated. It looks bad. It's like, wow, dude, really? And then you look at Forza 7 on my Xbox Series X. That game looks next gen, man. It looks good. It looks sharp, crisp, clean. There's plenty of detail in there. Lots going on. The cars are highly detailed enough to where they look good. They look fine. Yeah, Gran Turismo's cars are definitely more highly detailed, but at the end of the day, dude, not much. It's not that big a difference anymore, guys. It's not that big a difference. So if you like this content, I really would appreciate your subscription, and definitely hit that like button, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.